Okay, court is back in session in cause number 325-730. Case is style of state of Texas versus John Henry Brown. Mr. Kimberly, you'd like to make an announcement on that case again?
Well, Your Honor, as I indicated, the state has offered to refile this as a Class C disorderly conduct and justice court. And
Okay.
I'm going to accept that. So we're asking for a reset. Allow Mr. Brown an opportunity to pay his fine and court costs and justice court.
Okay, how much time does he need?
At 30 days, assuming it gets refiled.
30?
30 days would be fine.
On Brown, it's a reset, it's a JP reduction on the trial docket.
So we're gonna take it out.
Yeah.
Yes, it's JP reduction. He said 30 days to pay it.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. It's around $300. I would text you which court to go to.
January 9th.
Okay,
You can get.
Miss- okay, Mr. Brown, your case is gonna be reset to January 9th of 2023. Your attorney is gonna give you a copy to reset. Once you get a copy to reset from your attorney, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day. What is back in session in two cases? Both cases are style of state of Texas versus William Christopher Jolly. First case is cause number 330-774. Second case is cause number 330-776. Mr. Jolly, is that your full name, William Christopher Jolly? Mr. Jolly, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Jolly, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God? Mr. Jolly, you may put your hand down. Now, Mr. Jolly, you're represented by your attorney Ryan Matuska. Mr. Matuska, do you waive a record in Mr. Jolly's case? Mr. Jolly, I have before me in cause number 330-774, an information that was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. This information alleges that on or about September 4th of 2021, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, operating a motor vehicle in a public place, that you committed the Class B misdemeanor offense of driving while intoxicated. Mr. Jolly, do you understand what you've been charged with? And to this charge, Mr. Jolly, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? Guilty? Now, Mr. Jolly, are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
And are you pleading guilty because you are in fact guilty? Mr. Jolly, I also have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishment, is also labeled as State's Exhibit Number 1. Do you recognize this document? On page 2 of this same document, Mr. Jolly, there are a set of initials, WJ, that are on the line next to a box that's titled guilty. Did you place your initials on this line? On page 3 of the same document, there's a signature above the line that's titled defendant. Is this your signature? On the next document that is titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal, do you recognize this document? And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant? There are two boxes that are checked at the top of this document. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes.
The second box states that you're waiving your right to an appeal. Do you understand that? Mr. Jolly, I also have before me a document that is titled Discovery Certification. Do you recognize this document? And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant? Now, Mr. Jolly, before you signed and initialed all of these documents, did your attorney go over these documents with you? And did you read and understand everything that he went over? And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge? Mr. Jolly, are you a citizen of the United States? State, I have before me State's Exhibit number 1. State, you like to offer State's Exhibit number 1?
Yes, Judge, State Office States 1.
Any objections, Mr. Matuska?
No objection, Your Honor.
No objections. State's Exhibit number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Matuska, you have advised and counseled Mr. Jolly. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, sir, Your Honor.
Mr. Jolly, your attorney, Mr. Matuska, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation? Has he provided fully effective and competent legal representation?
Yes.
Mr. Jolly, I will accept your plea of guilty. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is that agreement?
In exchange for the defendant's plea of guilty in this case, the state is recommending that the court defer a finding of guilt and place the defendant on community supervision for a period of 18 months, order that he pay a $500 fine, that he perform 40 hours of community service restitution, and in addition to the standard conditions of probation, that he have a drug and alcohol evaluation, participate and successfully complete drug education course, DWI education course, and also install an interlock device on any vehicle that he owns or operates. And also, as part of this plea agreement, we are agreeing to dismiss pursuant to Chapter 1245, the companion case, a UCW case, unlawful carrying of a weapon case appearing in cause number 330776, and he is agreeing to forfeit the weapon in that case as well.
Okay. Now, Mr. Jolly, the state is offering that you serve 18 months on deferred adjudicated probation. During the 18-month probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $500 plus court costs of $422, which comes to a total of $922. You'll also be required to pay a probation fee of $60 each month, a urinalysis fee of $15 each month. You'll also be required to pay a DWI education class and initial evaluation fee of $125 on the day of the plea. Should a further evaluation be needed, you'll be required to pay an additional $50. Your total monthly installments, that is the total amount that you'll be required to pay while you're on probation, is $130 each month. Will you be able to pay the $130 a month? You'll also be required to perform 40 hours of community service. You'll be required to install the DWI interlock device on any vehicle that you own or operate. You'll also be required to attend and complete a DWI education class and have a drug and alcohol assessment. Now you mentioned that evaluation, is that the assessment that you was talking about?
That's correct, Judge.
Okay. And you'll also be, well, the state will be dismissing cause number 330776, the companion case,
I believe it's 4, Your Honor. I think UCW is filed first.
No,
No?
DWI is 4.
yeah,
UCW,
yeah,
UCW
right.
6.
All right, so the cause number that the state will be dismissing is cause number 330776. And I have before me a motion to forfeit the weapon in cause number 330776. I got it. Looks like it's 6-4. Okay. Yes, cause number 337776. Mr. Jolly, do you recognize this document? And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant? Now, Mr. Jolly, this is a motion to forfeit that I've just shown you. Before you signed this document, did your attorney go over this document with you? And did you read the document? And did you understand everything that you read? And is everything in this document true and correct to the best of your knowledge? Okay, now in reference to the DWI case, let's see, this case happened on or after September 1 of 2019. So it's September 4th of 2021. Mr. Jolly, do you have a commercial driver's license, or do you just have a regular driver's license? Now, the breath test in this case, was it
1-4.
That's right.
part 1-4?
That's right.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Jolly, the court is going to find that it's in the best interest that you be granted probation, deferred adjudicated probation in this case. And the court is also going to sign the motion to forfeit the weapon to the Texas Department of Public Safety. Now, Mr. Jolly, do you understand the state's offer? Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just? And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes.
Mr. Jolly, I'll follow the plea bargaining agreement that you have entered into with the state. Mr. Jolly, if you successfully complete the probationary period, this case will not result in a conviction on your record, and you may qualify for what we call a non-disclosure. You can talk to your attorney about the non-disclosure because he's quite competent in those matters. Hold on a minute. And Mr. Jolly, on violation of a condition of deferred adjudication, community supervision imposed under Articles 42A.104, you as a defendant may be arrested, detained as provided by law, and you, the defendant, is entitled to a hearing limited to determination by the court of whether through the court will proceed with an adjudication of guilt on the original charge. The court may not proceed with an adjudication of guilt on the original charge if the court finds that the only evidence supporting the alleged violation of a condition of deferred adjudication community supervision is the uncorroborated results of a polygraph examination. Determination to proceed with an adjudication of guilt on the original charge is reviewable in the court in the same manner as a revocation hearing conducted under Article 42A.751 subsection D in a case in which the defendant adjudication of guilt was not deferred. All right. So, Mr. Jolly, you're going to stand on the X next to your attorney. You're going to follow the instructions of our clerk. Once you finish following those instructions, you'll be free to go, and you will also be given a copy of the dismissal on the second case that I'm getting ready to sign.
Right down. Yeah.
Yeah,
Judge, I want to thank you for all the courtesy with my new position on the last two cases, and I
Okay.
apologize to the board for having to reset so often, but I do appreciate it.
okay,
Thank you very much. We'll see you again.
okay. State of Texas versus Markel Jermaine Freelo. Mr. Freelo, is that your full name?
That's it.
Okay, now, Mr. Freelo, I see here that you have 3 felony cases that's set on January the 9th of 2023.
Yes, man, yes, sir, I received.
Okay, and you're not represented by an attorney in this case, is that correct?
I'll, get the same attorney that I got on one thing.
Okay, Mr. Burbank, okay, so we're gonna reset this case with your other 3 cases, your other 3 felony cases, okay? So stand on the X in front of our court coordinator. Once you get to reset, you'll be free to go.
Go ahead and sign.
Um, Mr. Kimler, what are we doing on Zephron Alexander
That's, very.
State? Mr. Alexander, could you come forward? Okay, this is cause number 327928. Case is styled the state of Texas versus Zephon Shondale Alexander. Mr. Alexander, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Alexander?
I'm good.
That's good. Now, Mr. Alexander, you're represented by your attorney, Mr. Wright Kimler. Mr. Kimler, what is your announcement in Mr. Alexander's case?
Still ready.
State?
Thanks, ready on.
Okay, so y'all need to be back tomorrow at 1:30 for trial. All right.
1:30.
Okay. Let's see.
We got Patterson on the trial docket.
That's, you said ready on that one.
Yes.
Yeah,
Come back at 1:30.
yeah, 1:30 tomorrow.
Be back at 1:30 tonight.
What's the lineup, Judge, on the trial tomorrow?
Okay. Right now, it looks like. Hold on a minute. Court is back in session. Next case is cause number 332410. Case is style of state of Texas versus Randy Deshaun Kelly. Randy Deshaun Kelly, or Randy Kelly, was scheduled to be in court this morning at 9 a.m. on today's date of November 28th of 2022. At or about 9 a.m., the court's bailiff called the name of Randy Kelly at the courthouse door. Randy Kelly did not answer. Randy Kelly has not appeared in court since the court has been in session. The time now is 12:46 p.m. on today's date. Mr. Bailiff, would you please call the name of Randy Kelly at the courthouse door? Randy Kelly. Randy Kelly. Randy Kelly's name was just called again at the courthouse door. Randy Kelly did not answer. Randy Kelly has not appeared in court since the court has been in session. Randy Kelly has been given a reasonable time to appear in court. He has not appeared in court. State, do you have a motion?
Yes, Your Honor, stay moving forward.
That motion will be granted. Randy Kelly's bond will be forfeited and a warrant shall be issued for his arrest in cause number 332410. Okay. Now, Mr. Kimler,
Yes, Your Honor.
you ready on Damien Milo?
Yes, Your Honor. We'll plead not to, the others are getting dismissed.
Yeah.
What's your-
Okay, the court is in session and calls numbers 332174, calls number 332310, calls number 332312, calls number 332314, and calls number 332316. Calls number 333002 and calls number 333630. All 7 cases. Yeah, all 7 cases are style the state of Texas versus Jamie Trinell Milo. Ms. Milo, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
Now, Ms. Milo, would you please raise your right hand? Ms. Milo, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Ms. Milo, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Ms. Milo?
Yes.
That's good. Now, Ms. Milo, previously when you appeared in court, the court disclosed the fact that I know you, that we know each other. Is that correct?
Yeah, yes, sir.
And I think, well, your sister was married to a friend of mine who is deceased. Is that correct? Now, you and I have never talked about this case, have we?
No, sir.
I never made any promises or anything of that
No,
nature
sir.
to you regarding this case. State, if you think there's an appearance of impropriety or conflict of interest, the court will be willing to recuse itself.
Your Honor, the state does not think that that's necessary at all and will waive any conflicts of interest or any, and doesn't have any issue with,
Okay, defense?
Oh, yeah, I guess we would have played around and agreed if I'd have done
Huh?
that. No, we don't have any problem. with that.
Okay, now, Ms. Milo, she's pleading on 2 of them, you said?
Yes.
And Mr. Kimley, do you waive a record?
I so waive, Your Honor.
Okay. If you need to leave, you can. Okay, now, Ms. Milo, let me ask you, did you put that, did you have a record for anything?
Yeah.
What I just said? That's
Yeah.
good, okay.
That first part.
Now, Ms. Milo, in cause number 332310, I have before me a document that is titled information that was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. This information alleges that on or about February 22nd of 2022, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed to Class B misdemeanor offense of theft. Ms. Milo, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yeah.
And to this charge, Ms. Milo, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? Now, Ms. Milo, are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes,
And are you pleading guilty because you are guilty?
yes,
Ms. Milo, I also have before me a document that is titled, that's titled misdemeanor plea admonishment. This document is also labeled as State's Exhibit Number 1. Do you recognize this document?
yes,
On page 2 of this document, Ms. Milo, there's a set of initials JM that's on the line next to a box that's titled guilty.
yes, sir.
Did you place your initials on this document?
I did.
On page 3 of this same document, Ms. Milo, there's a signature above the line that's titled defendant. Is this your signature?
Yes,
And on the next document, Ms. Milo, this document is titled Trial Court Certification to Defendant's Right of Appeal. Ms. Milo, do you recognize this document?
yes,
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
yes, sir.
At the top of this document, there are 2 boxes that's checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
The second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Now, Ms. Milo, I also have before me a document that is titled Discovery Certification. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes, sir.
Now, Ms. Milo, before you signed and initialed all of these documents that I just mentioned to you, did your attorney, Mr. Kimmler, go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you read and understand everything in this document?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Milo, are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes, I am.
State, I have before me State's Exhibit Number 1. State, you like to offer State's Exhibit Number 1?
Yes, Your Honor.
No
State
objection.
State Farm.
No objection.
No objection. State's Exhibit Number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Kimmler, you've advised and counseled Ms. Milo. Is there any evidence that she is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
I believe it'd be competent.
Ms. Milo, your attorney, Mr. Kimmler, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Milo, I will accept your plea of guilty. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt.
Yes, sir.
State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is that agreement?
Your Honor, in exchange for defendant's plea of guilty in this case, the state is recommending confinement in the Jefferson County Jail for a period of 180 days, Your Honor. We're asking that the court suspend imposing that sentence at this time and place the defendant on community supervision for a period of 1 year, Your Honor. Require the defendant to pay restitution in the amount of $403.00 to Lowe's located at 8383 Memorial Boulevard in Port Arthur, Texas. Your Honor, and this case is to run concurrent with Ms. Milo's felony case number 21-37068.
You say 21.
21-37068.
Repeat that again.
21-37068.
068. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Now, Ms. Milo, the state is offering that you serve 180 days in jail. However, you'll not have to serve any time in jail on this case because you'll be placed on probation for 1 year. During that 1 year probationary period, you will not be required to pay a fine. However, you will be required to pay court costs of $352. You will also be required to pay restitution in the amount of $403. You'll be required to pay a probation fee of $60 each month, a urinalysis fee of $15 each month. Your total monthly installments is $145 a month.
Your Honor, I
Let me
think-
ask you something. And I think, is she already on probation? Okay, so Ms. Milo, the judgment says that you'll be required to pay $145 a month. However, because you are already on probation, you will not be charged another probation fee. So this $145 is going to be reduced by $60 to take into account the probation fee that you're already paying in another case. And so in essence, you'll be paying, I think, $85 a month probation fee, $85 per month on this case. Now, will you be able to pay the $85 a month?
Yes.
Okay. Now, you will not be required to perform any community service. This case will run concurrent with cause number 21-37068. Now, the restitution in the amount of $403 will be paid to Lowe's. It's located at 8383 Memorial Boulevard in Port Arthur, Texas. And you will also be required to adhere to the other standard terms and conditions of this probation. Ms. Marlowe, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes.
Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes, sir.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Milo, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. Ms. Milo, we'll move on to your next case. Your next case is cause number 332314. And in that case, Ms. Milo, I have before me an information that was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. And in this information, it alleges that on or about January 10 of 2022, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of theft. Miss Milo, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes.
And to this charge, Ms. Milo, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, no contest?
Guilty.
Now, you're pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And are you pleading guilty because you are guilty?
Mm.
Okay, Ms. Milo, I have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments, also labeled as State's Exhibit Number 1. Do you recognize this document?
Yes.
On page 2 of the same document, Ms. Milo, there is a set of initials, JM, on the line next to the box that's checked guilty. Did you place your initials on this document?
Yes.
On page 3 of the same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled Defendant. Is this your signature?
Yes, sir.
And on the next document that's titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal, do you recognize this document?
Yes.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant?
Yes, it is.
And at the top of this document, there are 2 boxes that's checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes,
The
sir.
second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to appeal. Do you understand that? Mr. Can I get that? Thank you. And Ms. Milo, I also have before me a document.
That's
Who's that?
Barnes, Gary Barnes and the attorney trying to get on.
Okay, now, Ms. Milo, let me do this again now, Ms. Milo. Before you sign the initial, all of these documents that I have just mentioned to you, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes.
And did you read and understand everything in these documents?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Now, Ms. Milo, this last document is a discovery certification, and is this your signature on the document where it says defendant?
It is.
And state, I have before me State's Exhibit Number 1. State, you like to offer State's 1?
Yes, Your Honor, sit on state.
No objection.
No objection. State's Exhibit Number 1 will be admitted. And Mr. Kimler, you advised in counsel, Ms. Milo, in this case as well, is there any evidence that she's currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
I believe it to be a copy now.
And Ms. Milo, your attorney, Mr. Kimler, has advised and counseled you in this case as well. Are you satisfied with his representation? Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Milo, I will accept your plea of guilty. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is that agreement?
Your Honor, in exchange for the defendant's plea of guilty in this case, the state is recommending confinement in a Jefferson County jail for a period of 180 days, Your Honor. We're asking that the court suspend imposing the sentence at this time and place defendant on community supervision for a period of 1 year, Your Honor. Require defendant to pay $796.00 restitution to Walmart located at 4145 Dowling, Beaumont, Texas, 77706. Your Honor, this case is to run concurrent with Ms. Milo's felony case number 21-37068. And in conjunction with this plea agreement, Your Honor, the state is moving to dismiss the following cause numbers: 332-174, 332-312, 332-316, 333-002, and lastly, 333-630.
Could you repeat those numbers again?
Sure.
Dismissing, that's the ones you're dismissing?
Yes, sir.
All of those have no restitution.
Yeah.
The first one, 332-174.
Okay,
Second case, Your Honor, 332-312. The third case, 332-316. The fourth case, 333-002. And the final case, 333-630.
okay. Okay, Ms. Milo, the state is offering in cause number 332314 that you serve 180 days in the Jefferson County Jail. However, you will not have to serve any time in the Jefferson County Jail on this case because you'll be placed on probation for 1 year. During the 1 year probationary period, you will not be required to pay a fine. However, you will be required to pay court costs for $352. You'll be required to pay restitution in the amount of $796. You will not be required to pay a probation fee. You'll be required to pay your analysis fee and the court costs, your monthly installments, that is the total amount that you'll be required to pay in this case is $120 per month. Ms. Milo, will you be able to pay the $120 each month?
Yes, sir.
You will not be required to perform any community service hours. This case will run concurrent with cause number 21-37068. And the restitution in the amount of $796 will be payable to Walmart, which is located at 4145 Dowling Road in Beaumont, Texas, 77706. And the state will be dismissing cause numbers 332-174, cause number 332-312, cause number 332-316, cause number 333-002, and cause number 333-630. And you also be required to adhere to the other standard terms and conditions of this probation.
Yes, sir.
Now, Ms. Milo, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, I do.
And do you think that the state's offer in this case is fair and just?
Yes.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes.
Well, yes, I do.
What's your question?
I'm, what is that about? It's added.
No, it's the same time.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you're not serving 180 days. That would be probated.
Yes,
You're
sir.
suspended, you're on probation for a year.
Now, do you understand the state's offer?
I do.
And do you think that the state's offer at this, in this case is fair and just?
Yes,
And do you accept the state's offer?
I do.
Okay. Now, Ms. Milo, I'll follow the plea bargaining agreement that you have entered into with the state. Ms. Milo, you're gonna stand on the X next to your attorney and follow the directions of our clerk. Once you finish following the directions of the clerk, you'll be free to go. And Ms. Milo, before you leave, I'm going to sign your dismissals.
She needs to report to probation today.
Yeah, she'll tell her that. Yeah.
Put your right thumb in the blue square, hold it down. Try it again. Find this black box right there in front of you. You don't get it.
Next case is cause number 330742, case of style of state of Texas versus Gary Lee Barnes or Gary Lee Barnes Jr. We have Mr. Barnes appearing via Zoom. Mr. Barnes, you can take your mic off of mute. Mr. Barnes is represented in this case by attorney Lance Wynn. Attorney Wynn, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine, Judge.
Okay, is Mr., I think that says, it says Gary Cepeda Drywall, is that Mr. Barnes?
He works, yeah, he's using that link, Judge. He's at work.
Oh,
That's him, Judge. That's him.
okay. Okay, now, Mr. Barnes, what is your, not Mr. Barnes, Mr. Wynn? What
Yes,
is
sir.
your, first of all, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine, Judge. Good afternoon to you.
All right, and Mr. Barnes, how are you doing?
Doing well, sir. How about you?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Mr. Wynn, what is your announcement in Mr. Barnes' case?
Judge, if I may, we may have a preliminary matter. We were slated for number 7 for the trial docket for the 252nd today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the coordinator had told us that we didn't have to appear. and that just wait for a reset notice. She was quite
Okay.
certain we were not going to be reached.
Okay.
Since this case in your court is the same transactional case as that case, Judge.
So you want to reset this case on the same day that,
Yes.
what we'll do is, I'm sure that they don't have a date in the computer yet, but what our court coordinator is going to do, the court coordinator is going to check the computer, and when she gets the date, she's going to send the date to you.
Yes,
and
sir. Yes, sir.
And the bondsman.
Yes,
Okay?
sir. That's what we've done in the past also, Judge. Yes, sir.
Okay, so, Mr. Barnes, stay in contact with your attorney and your bondsman. You're free to go, and you have a blessed day. And Mr. Nguyen, you're free to go as well, and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, Judge. Happy holidays. to you.
Thank you.
Happy holidays to both of y'all.
Thank you,
Yes,
Judge.
sir. Thank you.
Bye-bye, y'all.